Hey, what is up, everyone? Kilryan here. Apologizing for the first video. I kind of uploaded and had to go to sleep because I had work the next day. But this is going to be a video regarding my opinion on ArcheAge Take 2. So, with ArcheAge, just to kind of go over it again, guys, it is a currently free-to-play MMORPG. However, you definitely, if you are looking to invest time into this game, you definitely want to have patron status, which is the $15 a month, or you can actually buy it with in-game currency as well. So anyway, a brief overview of ArcheAge. ArcheAge is, with it being a free-to-play MMO, the entirety of this game is focused a lot more on the crafting system, as well as owning your own land. Like, as you can see here, I have my own farmhouse. As well as like pirating a complete sandbox game. Sandbox means that there is no loading screens in between moving through these areas. There are some instances that do have loading screens, but through this entire area, sailing across the entire sea, you know, passing from zone to zone, there's no loading screens. And what's very awesome about ArcheAge is the fact that it is this sandbox type MMO. It really is an MMO, massive multiplayer online, rather than a AFK in town for 20 minutes waiting for a instance queue to pop and then you're done. As a player, you can choose between two factions. There is the Eastern and the Western factions. Eastern will start on Haranya, and the Western will start on Nuya. You got some cat people and some like Asian people on Haranya, which my character is one of the Asian ladies because it matches me IRL, cute as fuck. And then Nuya, which has humans and elves. So you have these two factions, and you actually have an additional faction which players can choose to become a part of, becoming a pirate. With this being a sandbox MMO, it is all about the choices that you want to make. How do you want to play the game? You can be just a farmer, you can be a trader, you can run, you know, trade packs all the time. You can build like a farm cart to help transport those trade packs. You can become a pirate, sail the open seas and steal the trader, all these like merchants who are trying to transport goods, hijack their ships, kill them, steal those trade packs and trade them in for yourself. You know, and it's really interesting that the game fosters that kind of environment, because one thing that I like to point out with ArcheAge is that Tryon, the publishers of ArcheAge on the US front, have done a good job understanding or adapting to what the game is truly meant to be. It's supposed to be a player-driven world. That means if you scam someone, if you camp someone outside their home, they're not going to report you, or they're not going to ban you and all of that. This is a world in which players can thrive, and players have to basically bust their ass to maintain. And overall, this game is really fun. With it being free to play, try it out. Once again, if you are planning on investing any time at all, you need to get patron status. What patron status does for you is it gives you double the amount of labor points, which is crucial because since this game is so centered around crafting and whatnot, you need to have that labor points, because everything that you can do, ranging from gathering logs to harvesting chickens to you know, planting even, all of those things consume labor. So patron status doubles the amount of labor you get, as well as allowing you to get labor offline. So if you are a non-patron status member, you only get 5. You will get 5 labor points every 10 minutes while on the line. Okay. Offline, as a non-patron status, you will not get labor. And with this, that's kind of it really does gimp you as a player to not get that maximum labor points, as well as making it to where you cannot actually own land if you are a non-patron status player. So with all that in mind, definitely invest invest time into getting patron status, and you can get that just by selling items, doing your professions, making enough gold to buy Apex, which is basically like, if for those of you who watch my Terra videos, which I'm assuming most of y'all have, it's basically like an in-game thing which allows you to get EMP, or in this, just marketplace credits. Okay, so kind of an overview of the class system of ArcheAge, which I think is another aspect that I truly enjoy. There are, I believe, 10 different classes. So each class, actually there might be 12 different classes, which all have their own unique skills, all have their own unique passive trees and everything like that. And the farther you invest into a talent or into a tree, the more passives you unlock, etc., etc. And by combining 3 classes in their own unique way, you make a class. I'm playing a Primeval, which a lot of players are playing. That's a majority of what players, not a majority of what players, but that's a pretty typical class. Archery, obviously you're an archer. Oromancy gives you mobility as well as like a stacking speed increase, a sleep, and a health. I like this skill right here because it gives me a 1600 health increase, which I can apply to my party members. Shadowplay is your stealth class, giving me stealth, a toxic shot, so another ranged ability, Stalker's Mark, which increases a lot of damage, a jump 2, which stuns as well. There are all these abilities in every single tree which you can mix and meld however you want to become a truly unique class. Of course, there's always Cookie Cutter, which you can play, or you can go to if you want to. Another light thing that I like about ArcheAge is gliders. I've always been a fan of games that have gliding, and not specifically like, oh my god, flying everywhere. But gliders gives you a lot of access to areas throughout the world. No matter what you see, you can pretty much go to it, which is a really, really cool aspect of the game. Let's see, anything else? Once again, this is a very centered around crafting game. No matter what profession you decide to delve into, you could become printing. Alright, you're like, printing? What's that going to even do for me? You can actually make books for other players, which they can use and read and actually get actually learn the other faction's language. You want to talk shit to other faction? Go for it. You can do that with this. Different spell books which give you buffs, but requiring an extremely high proficiency to craft. You can make your weaponry grade scrolls. You can make your armory grade scrolls. Those are kind of like masterwork scrolls, essentially, like in Terra. I personally am focused on carpentry. I can make the bows that I plan on using. I can make staves. On top of that, heck, I can make a bed which helps restore labor for everyone. I can make all these cosmetic items which people can put inside their homes. Every single profession in this game has a use, and a very good one as well. So that's one. I've always been a huge fan. Not sure if I want to kill that guy. I've always been such a huge fan of sandbox and crafting style games, and ArcheAge has definitely done a fairly good job with that. So if you're interested, if you were considering playing ArcheAge, go for it. Free to play. If you plan on hitting max level, just go ahead and drop the 15 bucks, whatever it may be. I know all the kids who play Minecraft, you can steal your parents' credit card for one more transaction. For all the guys who work and whatnot, it's not that hard to make 15 bucks. Just drop it on this game, because it'll provide a month's worth of fun for sure. As y'all can see in my home, I have a couple, I have like a carpentry workbench in my small home, and you can go from a super small house all the way up to a mansion, a 3-story home with tons of planting room and all of that. It really fosters individual players to play a game how they want to. I've done some of the PvE content, not the hardest content. I've done some pirating, which was excellent, really fun. You definitely want to have a guild in this game. I've done a lot of exploring. I've dived in the ocean and done some treasure finding in the ocean. I've done quite a bit of things in this game. and I think it's fun. If you are looking for another MMO just to try out, just to play, drop to 15 bucks, get patron status, or if not, just try and start leveling. It's pretty fun. The questing in this game is mind-numbingly dull, so if you are a player expecting a lot of early level awesome content, this is definitely not it. However, you don't need to push for max level in this game. If you wanted to, you can craft your way all the way up to 50. It just takes a bit more time. Alright guys, thank you for watching the video. Don't forget to comment down below what class you're playing, what server you're playing, as well as if you like the game. Once again guys, thanks for watching. Make sure to leave a comment, make sure to subscribe, share it if you want to. This is number 2. I apologize for the first one not having sound. I had to head out before work. But yeah, thanks for watching guys. Hope to see you in ArcheAge.